Good morning and welcome to the vlog, welcome to the channel. I woke up this morning with a lot of messages from people saying, Mike, Rob Spaghetti called you out. I'm thinking, but Rob and I are friends. Why would he call me out?
If I was street speed 717, I'd be like, I almost burned down my Ferrari. Clickbait, bullshit. I don't do that.
But as you can see right there, I mean, he definitely called me out. He said if I was street speed 717. So I think it's only fair to say what I would do if I was Rob Spaghetti. And I think I would start by hosting a YouTube car call out, but I wouldn't invite, any subscribers or anything like that. And I would only invite like 2 or 3 YouTubers. And it wouldn't be a fun, friendly competition. It would be about me winning, and
I won with an inferior tire. It makes my win even more impressive.
And a competition heavily skewed in my favor. And then, when I lost, and my Corvette caught on fire.
Lastly, Rob Dom pulling up the rear, proving exactly why I don't work on my own car, because if I worked on my own car, it would probably look like his. It would sort of work. Oh yeah, my car broke, but at least I built it myself. Who cares? Like, I'd rather have a car that's at least sorted and can put down decent lap times than have Rob Dom's car, which is, it's got some sorting to be done. That's mine. Although it caught fire, that's just like a little side effect of it. And I could have probably prevented that, because
I would blame the people I invited and accuse them of cheating.
So Tommy broke 2 rules. He had race fuel, essentially, E85, which is pump gas, I get it, but it's not unleaded, which is the standard gas we were trying to go for with each car. Matt Farah's car came in 3rd, and Matt's car was within the spirit of the competition, except for the tires. He ran the Pilot Sport Cup 2s.
While I do clickbait from time to time, I admit, at least I'm not a total asshole. Now, yes, Rob and I are actually good friends, like I said, so take this as it's meant, which is a joke. Today, we are going to deliver the McLaren back to InShane Designs. I have to drop it off to get the X-Bell finished up. We gotta cut it off of the parking sensor, because every time I put the car in drive or reverse, these sensors go fucking crazy. And of course, we are doing, so far right now, all that's done is the hood, front bumper, and all this down here. What I have to do still is fenders, not me, what Shane has to do still is the fenders, the roof, doors, and the back portion here, whatever you call it on a McLaren. I guess it's still like a fender, and then the rear bumper as well, and I'm sure most of this action. It's good that we're picking up the Z06 too, because today's topic is about the 2019 ZR1, which I'm very excited the car has finally been released. It's almost like GM watched my fucking video where I was bitching about how long it's taking them to announce it. So I am excited about that, but there are some things I don't really like. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Now it's time to drive the McLaren in this beautiful weather. That's what I'm talking about. At InShane Designs, I feel like I'm here every day, but this is just a quick stop. And there is Pat. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
What's up, man?
I was gonna order one of those, but I heard his website crashed.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
Because everybody went to it.
I know, it definitely crashed, but somebody said it was like, it got taken offline.
Huh.
I don't know.
I really want one of those, though.
I know, poor kid. Yeah, the kid who sent me these hoodies, his website, I think it crashed from all the traffic, so hopefully it's back online.
So we shut that?
Can you handle it?
I don't know, dude.
All right, go ahead. All right.
Yo, hey, tell that guy whose website crashed to contact us. We'll help him out with his website.
There you go. Chase, I'm pretty sure his name was.
Chase?
Yep.
Chase, we heard your website crashed. Hit us up, we'll help you out with that.
There you go. What a nice thing to do.
Guy.
I know. I wish he would treat us like that.
Oh my God.
So stupid. What? That's really stupid.
Yeah.
It's that loud. ever gonna do that car justice with how loud it is.
Need 'em, I'll come.
Get your little camera out there.
Alright.
Pat wants me to give him permission to do a burnout in the C5. He wants to film it, so he has me on record. I guess there's a record of this?
Yeah.
Is that why you're doing this?
I'm gonna hear it, dude.
All right, well, you have permission to do a small, I'd say 3 to 5 second burnout in the C5.
So like 10 seconds is too much.
So like a 4th gear, 5th gear burnout is too much.
Dude, just some smoke and then just roll out.
That's fine. So this car is way faster than a Huracan or an R8.
What is it?
Oh my God, way faster.
So when can I drive it?
You already did drive it. You parked.
I
Well, you
drove
parked
it.
it. Yeah. As long as Shane doesn't drive it.
Okay.
When can I back it? When can I back it up? Like
You can
3
back it
feet?
up next. Just don't get
3
the key to
feet.
Shane.
That's all I'm asking. It's only 3 feet in reverse.
See, I actually need to do a comparison between this and Troy's. So
Well, I
it's a
can tell you
legitimate
this.
reason.
This drives, by Troy's own admission, so you know it's true. He says the trans in this is better.
What's in his?
Same trans, but the tuning and everything is better in this. The way it behaves.
More accurate and everything.
Yeah, the way it drives is better, according to
Yeah,
him.
I just love Lambos, man. Sick.
This one has twin turbos, so I think this is the 488 GTB.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is a 488.
Worst thing you've ever done on camera.
The worst thing I've ever done on camera. When I was about 14 years old, I was mentally scarred for a long time afterwards, but, you know, it made me a better person, I think.
So basically, we're making a documentary on the life of Curtis. It's
Yeah.
not real. It
Yeah.
won't be anywhere besides your whole film store, probably. But it is pretty interesting. Like, doesn't it look like documentary style? Like,
All right, heading out, and I forgot the Troy Sowers McDonald's shirt that he gave me. Goodbye, Dan. I see you back there. Don't try to hide from me. All right, let's make the trip home in, again, the gorgeous Pennsylvania weather. Starting up a GoFundMe to buy me a house in California. That's not a real thing. Well, the original plan was to come home, get the GoPro suction cup mount, and then go do a in-car driving vlog. But it started raining, and I actually, as you can see, got caught in the rain on the way home. And I am, in fact, on drag radial, so it's really not safe to be driving now. You know, sometimes you get caught, shit happens, but I'm not gonna go out for the driving vlog, so I guess we will talk about the ZR1 here in the garage. As I'm sure most of you are aware, Chevrolet and GM, the Corvette team, released a little teaser video at some point yesterday afternoon. And it looks like the 2019 ZR1 will be officially unveiled here in Dubai on the 12th. So coming up in about, 4 or 5 days. And like I said, it's almost like GM watched my video where I was bitching endlessly about how long it's taking them to announce the car. But it looks like there's going to be an initial announcement in Dubai and then one here in the US at the LA Motor Show. I personally think it should come first here in the US, being that it is a Corvette. But either way, I'm excited and happy that it's finally being officially announced. Then later on in the day, there was a leaked, article. It seems like it was kind of on purpose to me, but a leaked magazine cover from Car and Driver, and then the entire article is actually available on CorvetteBlogger.com, which I will link down below in the description. You can check it out. And it essentially gives all the information of the ZR1, and I think it's pretty accurate. It seems to be legit, and it seems reasonable. The only problem with the info is that after reading through it, I'm actually somewhat disappointed. Now, this is not because I have a McLaren and, I don't want to be a Corvette guy anymore. I fucking love Corvettes, as you can tell. I love my Z06. I can't wait for the ZR1. Still really want one. But the news wasn't really as good as I was expecting. I was hoping for 750 horsepower, 750 pound-feet of torque, and I was hoping for a lighter curb weight. I was hoping for better aero, and maybe some other trick things here and there. What I got was 750 horsepower, 680 pound-feet of torque, which again, it's not such a big deal. Better aero, but 140 pounds heavier. Now, one of my biggest complaints about the current generation Z06 is that it's too heavy. The C6Z was about 3,200 pounds. This car is about 3,700 pounds, which is really, really heavy. And after driving the McLaren around, which is about 3,000 pounds, I can tell you that lighter weight is what you want. And I don't want to be one of those guys. It pains me to even say this, but the McLaren is just such a better car to drive, a better overall experience, way more special, more refined, feels quicker, it is faster in a straight line at least. But it's 200K versus 80K, so you really can't compare the two anyway. But I was just hoping for the ZR1. I was thinking, they could make it a little more special, take the weight down a little bit. The car would drive so much better. And weight is the enemy of going around a track fast. So for the ultimate track Corvette, you would think they would want to get lighter and not heavier. So you take an already heavy car that's too heavy and you add 140 pounds to it. It's just really kind of sad to me, and I really wish that it was going the other direction. Now I understand why. The extra aero parts, like the carbon fiber wing and the revised front bumper, which shouldn't weigh a whole lot more, maybe a couple pounds, but really the weight is coming from the extra heat exchangers for cooling and the bigger supercharger, and I believe the ZR1 has a little bit of a wider front wheel, which is going to add a couple pounds here and there. So I understand where the weight is coming from, but to me, the whole cooling thing, the fact that they're still dealing with this, and the fact that they're just going to add heat exchangers, to me that seems like a band-aid. Why not redesign the whole car, redesign the engine so that the engine doesn't have the cooling issue so you don't have to add the extra weight. They're calling it the LT5, but the car's not really getting a new engine. It's the LT4 with a bigger blower and a revised crankshaft and I think direct and port injection. So it's essentially the same thing with the power numbers bumped up and the car is gaining weight. As we know, the Corvette ZR1 is going to be the top tier vet, the king of the hill of the vet lineup, so to speak, and it is going to be the ultimate send-off for the 7th generation. Because of that fact, I would like it to be a little bit more special than it is. The 7th generation, in my opinion, and a lot of people, and just factually, I mean, it's the best Corvette ever made, performance-wise, and the interior is great, whereas the 6th generation and 5th generation, they lacked in that department. The C7 is such a fantastic car overall. And again, it's still, despite all the negative shit I'm saying, which I'm going to talk about here, despite all that, I mean, the Corvette is still by far and away the best performance bargain out there. I mean, where can you get this performance for that money? So that none of that changes. But you know, because this might be the last front engine Corvette, which a lot of people are pretty sure it is, and I kind of think so too, I would have liked the ZR1 to be just a little bit more than a slight power increase, some better aero, and that's really it. And gaining weight, you know, that really sucks. Also, because the car is going to cost, you know, $110,000, $120,000, $130,000 depending on options and how you spec it, I don't think it's really fair to say, well, it's a Corvette still, it's just cheap, so it doesn't have to be all that spectacular. 130 grand isn't that cheap, and you don't get the cool stuff with Corvette like you do with the more expensive cars, and you could argue whether that's good or bad, but you don't get like paint to sample like Porsche, and a Porsche 911 isn't any, you can get a 911 for cheaper than the ZR1 is gonna cost. So you don't get custom paint options. It's built in the same factory as every other Corvette, so it's gonna be built to the same standards. So your $130,000 car is going to be built right next to a $60,000 car, which isn't bad, but it just means that it's not going to be treated any better. The funny thing is, yes, it does have the extra power, but with all that added weight, it might not even be faster than a Viper ACR around some road courses. Now, I'm sure that Chevrolet, I mean, they'd be retarded not to benchmark the ACR and make sure that their car beat it. And I really am excited for the lap times. I can't wait to see what the car does. But you know, with all that weight, I wouldn't be surprised if the Viper ACR, which has now been discontinued for a year, I wouldn't be surprised if those times were still very close. And I was hoping for like the ZR1 to come out and just blow everything out of the water. So let me know what you think of the new ZR1 in the comments below, and I hope that you enjoyed this upload. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. If you are stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.